Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
No, you'll be happy to know I didn't see Willy Wonka.
John Stamos, sit on my face.
I have white privilege and I am racist. Fuck you. You cause some fucking chaos in the community.
Keeping you, son, on the end, safe home.
Hello, folks.
Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun. Let's just... have fun. Let's just have fun. Over 50. Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun. Let's just have fun.
Get ready, pal. 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 Get ready. Get ready, pal. You're gonna get ready, pal. Get ready. Get ready, pal. Get ready, pal. Get ready, pal.
Welcome to You Can Druid, episode number 7. Hey, you guys. Oh yeah, on a Monday night. What is up, everybody? I hope we're live. I hope everything is working. I'm not sure if it is. Drew, the gatekeeper in the house. Drew, the gatekeeper.
I have got that itch on the bottom of your foot that no matter how much you scratch it, it doesn't go away.
Oh, I hate that.
That's like one of the worst things in the world. I know there's worse things in the world, but
that's numb
bothering
foot.
The shit out of me.
That's numb foot. You got an itch where your foot is a little numb from years of walking on it, and you're like, fuck, I can't itch this thing, and then you take a knife to it, and you start butchering your own foot. I'm gonna kill my foot.
I'll say the itches and the calluses are just as bad, but this one, it's actually where it's easy to scratch, and I give it relief, and then it comes right back. It's like,
I'm gonna kill my foot. I'm gonna massacre my foot like I'm gonna hurt it really.
And it's not athlete's foot before anyone suggests that. It's just that nerve that's got that tingle to it. It just won't go away.
Well, let's just have.
Let's just have.
Let's just. Let's just. So anyway, once again, this case that keeps on giving, the Johnny Depp trial, the trial that just keeps on giving. I mean,
just
today,
when you thought you'd seen it all, right?
I mean, I swear to God, and I was just talking to Drew about it. Like, it's crazy to think like that characters just keep coming up after the other. Like the first one that I noticed seeing in this case was the dude who was vaping, and he was being questioned in his car while he's vaping, and it was just fucking hilarious. Now you move like several different characters down the road now to this part in this case where like there's been like, you think that was funny, you think that was unique in a court case, you ain't seen shit yet. because every day there's somebody new. And now I just heard today that because heard mention this other actress, she now has to testify in this case too. So, and I forget her name. Shannon just told me it. I forget her name, but it's a famous actress, and she is apparently going to have to testify in this case now too. So this just keeps getting. Then they had a person on that was talking about how much money Heard will lose because she got screwed over in this case, and she's getting bad, feedback on the internet, and they lessen her role in Aquaman 2, and this woman was on the stand comparing how much money she would have made going into Aquaman 3 if Aquaman 2 is good, and she lost all this money and all this stuff. Then there was another guy testifying who was a doctor, and he was a finger doctor, and he was testifying how Johnny Depp's hand, that supposedly his finger that blew off in that bottle when he said that she threw a bottle at him, it like hit his finger up against the table and like blew his finger to shit. He testified that happened. She testified that he ripped that finger off while he was punching a like vintage phone on the wall at this place where they were staying in Australia. And this doctor was on the stand saying today, the injuries that he sustained on his finger do not look like they would have happened any way remotely close to what Johnny Depp was saying how it happened. And like his attorneys were getting all flustered over it and shit. So there's like lying going on multiple sides, and it's really getting to the point now where it's a fucking. And then they had this expert witness on today, folks. This guy was the funniest. It's the guy that we played the clip in the beginning of the show. This dude was out of his mind. If you get a chance to watch this guy and his like 30 minutes of testifying, it is the goddamn funniest thing. I'm like Shannon was getting sick of me and like acting like this guy tonight. During dinner I was doing it. This guy he licks his lips in his mouth in such a weird fucking way, dude. It's like fucking, I've never seen anything like it. Like, look at this guy, look.
Well, this guy's supposed to be a psychologist.
He's
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
He's supposed to be a professional witness, this guy. He's a professional witness, and he got on the stand, and this guy was arguing with and look at the way that Johnny Depp is reacting to this too, because for this half hour it was some of the most cringiest, like funniest shit I've ever seen. I mean, it's just this court case has literally turned into a movie. It's a movie starring Johnny Depp and his ex-wife. That's basically what it is now. And the characters just keep coming one after the. Look at this guy's mouth. I mean, it's just fucking. This guy's nuts. This guy is nuts. This other doctor who testified against Johnny Depp and his finger, this guy basically never worked on Johnny Depp at all, never like saw his finger other than photos and shit. And this guy was testifying that Johnny Depp, there's no way he could have got those injuries from that. And, but I mean, it's funny shit, man. But I don't know who's lying. I think they both are. And that other actress, what was the little girl in E.T.?
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. She has her own show, apparently, which I've never seen before. And she said something on her show that people got mad at.
Fucking Judge Doom. That's who it was.
There it is.
I knew it. I knew I seen this guy before.
That's compliments of the one and only Blake gave us that right there. He showed that to me, and I was like, oh, my God, dude. That fucking is him, dude. What the fuck, bro?
Dr. David Spiegel. You got this guy on the stand trying to stand up that she's got battered wife syndrome.
Oh, my God, dude. It is just fucking hilarious, dude.
I'm sure the jury's just watching him and believing every fucking thing that comes out of his mouth.
Oh, this guy was just, what a fucking character this guy was. And then they had that chick on talking about how much money Amanda Heard is going to lose, right? And
yeah, like $50 million, they're saying.
Yeah, and then Johnny Depp's lawyer is trying to say, like, okay, he's comparing he said, how do you make these comparisons that she would have made that much money? And then that woman basically was like, well, I'm comparing her to other actors that are working in other parts like hers, which there's not many superheroes like Wonder Woman and, some of the leading men that are superheroes in movies and shit. And she was like comparing it to them. And the Johnny Depp's lawyer was basically saying, like, she is not in the same ballpark as these people that you're talking about. They named Zendaya, whatever her fucking name is, the chick from Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. They named her. They named, the Wonder Woman chick. They named, a couple of people. And, the lawyer was basically like, listen, you could sit there and compare them and say they would have been making the same money now, but these people are way bigger actors than her. Like, way bigger. And
did this guy at any point in his testimony try the old shave and a haircut trick?
Dude, this guy was, oh my God. I got to know where this, like, he's a professional witness, I guess, this guy. That's what he does. He testifies in cases constantly. This guy. Look him up. I mean, it's fucking weird. He's a professional.
He's a career testifier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. But the guy is, I mean, it's just, I'm working all day listening to this shit.
This guy goes walking out of the courtroom and hops in an old-timer's van with a bunch of weasels driving.
There's so many, just
like this!
That's fucked up. No, there's just so many, like, there's so many weird characters that Johnny Depp and his ex-wife knew. Like, they knew so many weird motherfuckers, man. Like, I don't know how you can get these many weird fuckers in one place.
It's California, man.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah, that's part of it.
They're all fucking whacked out
California.
Over there. The smart ones don't move there.
Come to California and be weird with us. Listen, come here now. Come to California. And how do you feel about the Usos winning both belts, both tag team belts from both shows, like, and also Roman Reigns owning both belts from both shows, like why? Why are they having these
Usos go? It just shows that you can get as many DUIs as you want in the WWE, and they'll just keep rewarding you.
Well, I mean, leave that out. Like, don't even think of that. Don't even think of that, because that has no bearing on whether they win these belts or not, right?
Apparently not. I mean, you could blow snot in the wrong person's direction and be kicked out of the Hall of Fame, but you get a DUI and you get rewarded,
Well, I mean,
but yeah, we'll look that aside. So go ahead, finish.
Well, for now, for this conversation, put that aside. Why would they write that into, like, are they that fucking like that much little talent behind the roster that you got to fucking give every goddamn belt in the fucking show to one group of people?
Well, I don't know. It's been nothing but white people for the first 50 years of this company. So,
well, I mean, yeah, but I'm not even saying black, white, whatever. It just is like, it's just weird that, like, you can't spread it out at all. You got to do one of these, like, dominating fucking.
They did it with the NWO. If you're trying,
I know, but this ain't the NWO though. You know what I mean? No. It's just fucking.
But here's my thought process, and I haven't kept up with the show in the last few years enough to really give you the expert opinion that other podcasters could. But
yeah,
when it comes to stables, like I believe they are in some form of a stable, right? The tribal.
Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah,
they're called.
Yeah,
and if you want to show power, you throw all the belts their way. They did that with the NWO. They did it with DX, the Hart Foundation.
Yeah,
it's been done over time for years, and there's so many fucking belts now. Who really? I mean, is it really keeping the other 8 champions from having their belts? Not really.
Well, speaking of Hart Foundation, today is the 25th anniversary of Owen Hart.
25th anniversary. It was Over the Edge 99 on this day.
25 years, man.
In a weird way. So the very first time I stopped watching wrestling, we moved to Kansas City in March of 1998. This event was May of 1999. And for that year and a couple of month period, I didn't watch wrestling. We didn't have cable. We were getting back on our feet. And then when we got cable back, I just kind of forgot wrestling existed. I was working 2 jobs. I was going to school.
You fell out of it. Yeah, that's what I've done with wrestling my entire life. Fall in and out, in and out.
But living 20 minutes away from this arena, the dude hadn't even made it to the hospital, and it was at the top of every fucking news story here in Kansas City.
The proof is in the pudding.
And so, naturally, I tuned into Monday Night Raw the next night to see what the
Oh, you didn't see it live? You didn't see it live?
No, I wasn't there in the arena, no. Because
No, I don't mean live like that. I mean like the pay-per-view. Like live what was going on.
I was just, I think I was playing video games.
I fucking, unfortunately
my dad
had
yelled
it.
from the living room, and he's like, Drew, get the fuck out here now. And 'cause he didn't watch wrestling, but he knew how close I was to it growing up.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I know who that is. Like, he even knew Owen Hart. He's like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, man. That's when I was heavily into wrestling again as an older person in my older, because I was into it like in the beginning of WrestleMania. I was there for the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Wrote it into about the 8th or 9th WrestleMania. I kind of fell out of it a little, started doing other things, playing hockey, doing this, doing that.
At that age.
Yeah, and then I came back into it around like 19, 18 years old, and all my friends were falling back into it around that time too, because it became the Attitude Era, and it was just like, people were like, yo, you seen this fucking dude, Stone Cold Steve Austin, man? And it was just like this big phenomenon that happened again, and we would like rent the pay-per-views, and we would bet on which, card, which guys on the card we thought would win, and like we would bet against each other. Oh, that's what we did. We used to fill out like a slip and pick all the matches to see who got the most right and all that shit.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
Yeah,
shit.
So we were doing that. So we were heavily into it at that point, and I'll never forget watching that night with what happened at the very beginning of watching it when it happened, when Owen Hart fell. Because, all right, so this is what fucked us all up, was his interview, his like pre-match interview was on while he was falling. Mm-hmm. So while he fell in the ring, his interview was on air. So it happened simultaneously with that. So like they kind of cut from his interview to Jim Ross and what's his fucking name again? Jerry Lawler. And, he was like, he started explaining what was going on. And so it was like a little bit of a delay, and like it was weird. And at first the first thing we questioned was, is this real? You know what I mean? Right. That was the very first
even
thing.
When Jim Ross said this isn't a part of tonight's
when he said that,
it did hit a little harder, but you're like,
but when he said that, I knew it. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling when he said that, because I could tell by his eyes and the way they were both looking into the ring as they were like relaying what was going on to the cameras. They were looking into the ring with these eyes that like I never seen them use before. So I knew once I saw it. Yeah, once I saw that
storyline.
Yeah, because that's just fucked, bro. Like to die like that because of negligence. It really just leaves a bad fucking taste in your mouth, and that's why you can't blame the family for still to this day, keeping him out of the WWE Hall of Fame and all that shit, trying to preserve his memory and all that, because it really was just uncalled for and just a stupid fucking death. That guy, the talent that dude had, and the years of awesome wrestling that he was going to give to all of us, and what he would have been in the future, like now, or even 10 years ago, what he would have been, and the storylines he would have fucking went on to make, and the people he would have wrestled, and his story, and his own path through wrestling. God only knows where he would have ended up and what he would have been doing, but we all know this. We all know he would have ended up doing something big and good like he did his whole career. Yeah, he wasn't like a main guy when he passed away, but now, looking back at him, if he was allowed to have had his legacy for, he would have definitely left a huge impact, even more than he did already before dying, So it's like he got robbed of a life, and we all got robbed of years and years of fucking unbelievable wrestling, He
was actually booked that night to win the Intercontinental Championship.
So who knows? He could have, he could have been already.
Where he would have gone from there.
Yeah.
Another thing, have you heard the Spanish commentary version of that broadcast?
No, not really. No.
So the English version, they cut all audio other than the promo, so you don't hear anything. Some people think they can hear him hitting the ground or something, but there's just too much going on, and they totally cut the outside audio. In the Spanish version, since he's obviously speaking in English in this promo, the commentators are basically kind of saying what he's saying in the promo and, giving a little bit of context to it. And then out of nowhere, you just hear, it sounds like someone got body slammed from the top of the arena, as you could imagine, just flop, flop.
Yeah.
And you hear the Spanish commentator go, oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. And, that's basically all I've heard of it. You can actually find it on YouTube pretty easy.
Oh, shit.
If you ever wanted to hear it. But you can distinctly hear him hitting the mat right in the middle of the promo. And you can tell exactly when it happened in the promo. So that's one thing I wanted to mention. Another thing, I actually went to school with a kid whose parents actually owned this Sonic restaurant that I worked at the time. Most of you probably know what Sonic Drive-In is, but it's like the old style car hop fast food restaurant. Yeah. And his parents owned the place. I worked there, and so I went to work the next day, and he was sitting front row right at that turnbuckle that he nearly missed, or nearly hit rather. And so he kind of gave us like his own personal account. And what all he saw and everything. But as I'd mentioned earlier, I'd fallen out of wrestling for about a year just because of life and everything. And funny enough, I guess this was the incident that actually brought me back into watching wrestling for the remainder of the Attitude Era till about 03, 04 when I met my first serious girlfriend and jumped on board that train, so to speak.
Jumped on heavily.
But yeah, it was obviously big news here because it was 20 minutes from my house, which isn't that far. Kemper Arena, I went to many shows after that, one of which I actually sat in the top balcony. And I can't remember the number right now, but you know how they have like different numbers for each of the rows and everything, or each of the sections?
Yeah.
You can actually see in the crime scene photos, they take a picture of the ladder he went up to get to the catwalk, and I was sitting in that section.
Oh shit.
So the whole time, like, in between matches and shit, I'm looking back at that ladder like, son of a bitch, It's since been turned into what's called Hy-Vee Arena, Hy-Vee being a regional grocery store here, but it's now 2 tiers. So instead of being an arena, they've gotten away from doing shows of that sort here, and now it's 2 tiers. So like halfway up, they've added another level or another layer of ground, basically a second floor, so there could be events held there as opposed to basketball games, football games, whatever you would hold, or wrestling matches.
Wait, what do you mean? Like what'd they do? They fucking...
The arena that this happened in, they upgraded it. They were actually going to demolish it, and it was saved by a company that bought it out, and they've changed it into where, they basically gave it renovations where they added basically another facility by, features 12 mixed-use hardwood basketball floors. This is the new second floor of the building.
Do they put the spot where he was, where he was last up there or something? Like,
I don't remember if they ever did anything put his name or memorialize that. I don't think they wanted to make it any more obvious than it was.
Yeah.
But there was never like a banner that hung down that said "Rest in Peace" or anything like that. The arena football team that we had here for a few years played out of that venue, but yeah, eventually it just became obsolete. We got a new venue that was in downtown Kansas City, and it stole all the events from this arena. So they turned it into, they did fucking rodeos and shit there for a while before turning it into.
You guys got, oh God, you guys got those rodeos everywhere over by you.
Oh yeah, that PBR tour and shit. They also used the property for the, the American Royal, the big
slaying of humans
here.
They also used the property for the slaying of all dark-colored humans around here. No.
Dude, you don't go to this part of town at night. It's in the old West.
Are you serious? Oh God, man.
Now I guess they've renovated it in recent years.
Sick bastards.
But this was where all the haunted houses were for decades.
You
just old abandoned buildings from all the
You Southerners, man. I'll tell
Southerner.
you. Yeah, dude, you're a Southerner, bro. You round and ding song ding ding ding.
We're like right smack in the center of the country. How's that Southern?
I don't know. You remind me of fucking. All right, I'll call you a redneck then.
Midwestern.
You redneck.
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, let's.
So yeah, that was 23 years ago today. Seems like yesterday, man.
Yeah, I can't believe, man, that it's that long already, but shit, man. And also, what's up with this smallpox shit, bro? Like, what's the
monkeypox?
Oh yeah, monkeypox, smallpox, same shit.
No, it's a whole scare tactic. There's been outbreaks 5 or 6 times in the last 2 decades.
They quarantined the place, right?
Right, in Belgium. We had an outbreak 20 years ago where a bunch of people got it because some fucking hillbillies brought in a bunch of rats from Ghana.
Dude, let me tell you, if we got another pandemic on top of this one, right, this soon, right, number one, you know something's not right and motherfuckers are trying to kill us now. That's number one, right? Number two, I don't think we could handle it as a country, let alone a world at this point. If they did like this, like if another breakout happened, do you really think we'd be able to shut down multiple fucking places again and economies and stores and life and all that and stay home now for 3 weeks and fucking 2 months and, you know, I don't think we could go through it again. Honestly, with the way gas, I mean, that would be much better with gas. I get that. And we stopped. They lost so much money when they told us all to stay home, the gas people, they lost so much money when we were all told to stay home. They lost all those commuting motherfuckers every morning. They lost everything, like a ton of money, right? For that year or months or however long that they had people staying home, right? They made that money up now because the gas prices are fucking insane right now. Insane. If you own an SUV, my friend owns a Cadillac, right? SUV. This thing's nice, man. It's like a spaceship. It's like a spaceship, right? It's got every fucking nooks and crannies on it like you could imagine, right? And this thing, it guzzles gas. Like, it guzzles it. Like, gallon after gallon. And this guy is paying like $130 fucking dollars a week for his truck. $130 fucking dollars a week for his truck. I mean, how long can we go like this for? And they're saying this is going to continue like this. It's not going to change.
Well,
they're saying this is the way it's going to be.
Actually creates a quarantine.
This is the new fucking normal, Drew. This is the new normal. I don't like the new fucking normal.
No, I don't like it either. But as far as your gas price argument goes, if we do get shut down, gas prices will go down, actually. So that's
the only good thing about it, because I don't think the economy or anyone else could handle a fucking shutdown like that again. I don't think anybody can handle it.
No, and at this point, it's not even worth it. You're talking about here in the United States, there's only a handful of cases. Belgium, let me check the numbers again here. Belgium has like 70 some odd cases, I believe. The WHO so far has confirmed 92 cases in 12 countries with a further 28 suspected. So it's probably not even 70 in Belgium, but they're just taking extra precautions.
Man, could you imagine how those Belgian people feel right now? They got shut down for COVID, and now here they are getting shut down for fucking monkeypox. Yeah. Like, they must be like, what in the fuck? You know, enough of this shit. And you know, all this shit about Hillary Clinton that came out in the last 2 or 3 days, bro, all the crooked shit she did, and no one gets arrested. No one gets arrested. They're like, oh, you know what? First of all, the FBI is in the Democrats' pockets. The FBI is owned by the Democrats. There's no way around it. The FBI is owned by the Democrats. This bitch did such illegal shit and won't even be arrested for it. If that was any one of us, we'd be thrown in federal fucking jail for the rest of our lives real quick. Meanwhile, this bitch just gets away with it. Whitewashes fucking emails, gets away with it. Spies on fucking people running for president, gets away with it. Spies on a sitting president, actually pays a firm to hack Donald Trump's computers. Actually, there's proof of her paying a firm to hack Donald Trump's personal emails. And nothing gets done. Nothing.
It never does. I mean, let's not forget the kind of people that her husband pardoned on his way out of office, too. You've got terrorists that bombed the fucking Capitol. Remember when a bunch of people dressed in weird costumes ran into the Capitol about a year and a half ago, and they were considered the biggest form of terrorists ever and everything?
No, I don't.
There is January 6th.
Oh, I was like,
I'm talking about. But back in, I'm trying to remember the exact year, 83, I believe, there was a group that fucking tried to blow up the Capitol, bombed the Capitol, went to jail, and Bill Clinton pardoned them.
You're pardoned because I like you guys.
Let them out of jail.
I like you guys. You're pardoned because you're cool, and I like it.
It's funny. You're a terrorist, and the Clintons will let you go. You're a couple of kids that walk up on a drug deal, and you get tied to the railroad tracks and mowed over.
I like you a lot because you eat pussy like me, so me and you both friends now. I'll let you go. I'll let you walk out scot-free. I'll let you go
By the way, that one of the women I was talking about, she's a Democrat. Her name's Susan Rosenberg.
She's a demagogue.
And she is now working for Black Lives Matter.
There you go. She's a demagogue, okay? Stranger Things 4, she's a demagogue, okay?
No.
They're no longer called Democrats. They're demagogues.
Demagogues.
They're demagogues.
By the way, Belgium only has 4 cases, and they're on lockdown. Portugal, 37. Spain, 38.
They're
UK,
democunts.
57.
Democunts. How about we start calling them that? Democunts.
That works.
That works, right? You know what else works? You really want to know what else works? Huh?
Acid reflux face.
You piece of fucking shit.
The acid reflux face.
Yes.
The acid reflux face.
The acid, you get the acid reflux face.
The acid reflux face.
I want to have like a dum 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 acid reflux face, da dum sound, because we could give the acid reflux face to somebody every Saturday night on the show. We got to name somebody at the end of the night who gets the acid reflux face. And then we put his face up there with it, that acid reflux. Dude, I can't believe this guy joins the room and goes, "That's real nice. You guys got my acid reflux face photo up there." And I'm like, wait a second. Dude, we've been looking at that photo for like 4 years now, and I never knew it was the acid reflux face. I was like, thank you so much for telling us that gold. That is gold. Okay, to me, that is fucking funny gold to me.
I played that clip like 5 times.
Dude, it is the greatest, bro.
The acid reflux face.
Okay. I fucking love it, bro.
Yeah, the okay was at the end.
Yeah, bro.
The acid reflux face.
The acid reflux face. Oh, God, dude. I'll tell you,
I'm
man.
going to, okay?
Oh, man, the fucking first... I mean, dude, when he came in and said that, oh, God.
This is not a 2-liter, okay?
I'm going to, okay?
Every time
Yo,
he calls it, it's
I want to
something.
put Tommy's okay at the end of Chris Rock's thing, and I want to put Chris Rock's okay at the end of Tommy's. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
just
switch
swap
the
them.
okays. You know what I mean? Just swap okays. Look what I'm wearing, Drew. A little something for you. You see what that says right there?
Shea.
Yeah, Shea Stadium, bro.
Oh, Shea Stadium.
Look at that.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Hey, you guys are still first.
Yeah,
you
for
haven't,
now. For
screwed
now.
the pooch yet.
For now, we just lost fucking Scherzer for 2 months, basically.
What happened to him?
He blew out like his quad or some shit.
Oh, wait, did you mention that Saturday? I might have gone in one ear out the other.
Yeah. Yeah,
We were
I'm
drinking.
quite upset about it. It always, I mean, we knew he was going to go down at some point because it's just all luck. You become a Met, you have to get injured.
Well, the good thing with losing a starting pitcher for 2 months,
But we still don't have DeGrom.
Not that there is a good thing, but he only plays every 5th game anyways.
But
4th to
bro,
5th game anyways.
no, you're
But
right. But we still lost DeGrom. We haven't had DeGrom on our team in fucking, and he's our best pitcher. We haven't had him the whole entire season. So it's just like, you know, it's like you had one to
you're still
replace
pulling it off.
somehow.
So
But we'll see how long that happens.
The 2 best teams in baseball are in New York.
Yeah, Mets and Yankees, man. And let me tell you, trust me, the Yankee fans around here let you know about it for sure. Like, you guys aren't in first place. We're the best team in baseball, bro. And I'm like, dude, you're in the American League. And they're like, no, both the leagues are the same now, so it's just one league. And I'm like, no, it's not, you fucking idiot. It's still American League and National League. And they're like, no, National League used to have the pitcher's bat, so it's different now. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face, you little fuck. You little fucking Yankee scumbag. Stop. We're in first place, bro. We got to go look at the winnage percentages in the paper today, bro. I'll fucking choke you right now at work. You fucking little rut. You little fucking... I got to have this kid comes up to me every day and... this fucking Yankee fan every day wearing this fucking... I'm like, you know what? Your Yankee hat is ugly, bro. It's so old-fashioned and ugly, and he gets so mad, bro, when you say that. We were going to add a color. And I'm like, yeah, add another color. You're like one of these old teams that has 2 colors. Fuck the teams that have 2 colors. You should have 3 colors each team. 3 colors.
And it's the most boring, bland colors of all of them.
Yeah.
And one thing I can say about the Mets is they have a unique color.
Yeah.
A color that a lot of teams don't
And you know what's awesome? Both my teams share the same color pattern. Orange, white, and blue. The Islanders and the Mets.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Keep it like... I was
thinking football for a second.
I wish the Jets... Well, the Giants are red, white, and blue. But I wish the Jets would have been orange, white, and blue like the Islanders and the Mets, because it just would have fit perfectly. You know what I mean? But they got to be green for some fucked up reason. But yeah, I wish the Jets would have changed their colors too. And the Knicks are orange, white, and blue and black, really. And so are the Mets, because the Mets wear black too. You know, so you know, a couple of cities have that pattern where their teams share the same colors. You know that? There's not many of them.
Yeah, I'd have to think about it. I've noticed.
There are
they
a couple.
Keep the color schemes at least similar, if not.
Yeah, there are a couple of those cities that do share the same color patterns, their teams, like, you know, baseball, football type thing. There's a couple of them. I remember going over it not too long ago with somebody, and I was like, oh, that's not a lot, you know? And it's not. Not a lot of cities do that, you know?
Did you see the tweet that Chris Jericho put out late last night?
No, what is he saying now?
Now, I haven't seen anyone talk about this yet. I've seen it get tweeted around and shit. I just sent it to you on Messenger. But it says, hey, Hillsborough School District, I guess. My niece has been incessantly bullied at Mulrennan Middle School for months. Despite my family's pleas, nobody did anything to help. And this was the result a few days ago. If you won't take action, I'd love to discuss this on ABC Action News and WFLA anytime. And he tags them both in it. And it's basically showing this girl get the shit kicked out of her by at least 2 different girls, while a whole crowd is just standing there filming and watching and presumably also jumping in at some point. Even the older sister is in this tweet thread, and thanks her uncle Chris for speaking up.
Wow.
And there's a lot of people jumping into this. Even a reporter from 10 Tampa Bay who wants to talk to him.
Please don't say Tampa Bay. Please don't use those 2 words ever again tonight.
Okay, Bay of Tampa.
Good.
We'd
Much
love
better.
to help and take on your story. Please send me a DM. These fucking vultures. For
Yeah,
these
well, of
news
course, but that is
organizations.
fucked up that
But,
that's happening, and it had to take her uncle, who obviously has pull, to come out and have to fucking do that, like, to get people to listen, especially in this day and age where they take like all this shit so serious now. You know, it's like, how can you? And it goes back to like that kid who just went in and killed those people in the grocery store. Like, there were signs that this kid was fucked up in the head. Like, he was fucked up. He threatened to kill his classmates on graduation night. Like, you got to be fucked up to even say anything remotely close as that. There were kids that reported him. There are kids that have like reported to the teachers that they would be interacting with that kid, and he would like look at them really weird and make weird facial expressions to them as they were talking to him, like a fucking weirdo. So all the writing was on the wall, right? And they even had this kid in a psycho ward at one point, right? They should have locked it up and throw away the key at that point. But little did they know this guy was going to fucking do what he did. But it's like, you seen all the warning signs. I mean, the fucking kid brought a cat into his garage and fucking snapped its neck and set it on fire. And the mother reported this. Like, these are all the signs of a psycho fuck that should have had this guy, not a part of society. But yet there he is, fucking able to drive and go walk into a fucking store and just take people out like it's nothing. You got to see the warning signs ahead of you, And
Did you guys watch that show, Don't Fuck with Cats?
yeah, I
on
did.
Netflix?
That is a great show.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, you talking about snapping the neck of a cat kind of reminds me of that guy.
Yeah.
He started out by putting him in fucking, putting him in fucking bags and sucking the air out of it and turned into being what he became. Not to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But, and the online sleuths, the people like you and I that just got on there and was trying to find this guy and shit. It was a really interesting story.
Drew, I love your lips.
Dude, they were so red the other night. Whatever
you
color.
say, dude, it's funny when you say it yourself. You're like fish lips. I was dying the other night when you said that. I was like, this guy says it himself. What was the first time you ever heard somebody say fish lips to you? Do you remember?
I'm pretty sure it was Cronin. He was the one who said it. Well, because it was like monetize this or something, and he's like, and we were doing this thing where we were just having a shit talk off, where him and I were shit talking each other for a minute. He goes, "Well, fuck you, fish lips," and I'm like,
"Fish lips?
What is fish lips?" And he starts laughing like he just made the funny of the night, and I'm like, it doesn't even make sense. My lips are big, if anything. How are they fish lips?
You got fish lips, baby. Drew got them fish lips. Let me see you shake them fish lips, Drew. Yeah, baby. Oh man, yeah. Drew gonna shake it like a. Drew got them fish lips, man. Yeah. I wanna see you swim around the bowl like a little sucker fish. Yeah. He got them old fish lips. We gonna do it like this, Drew. Drop them lips. Drop your ass to the ground so low. Make the fish lips move around so yo, get them white. Looking like you to dare. You fit right up on my dairy, yeah. Drew shaking like a salt lip, shaking like a Drew lip, shaking like a salt, like a shoe lip, shaking like a shoe shaker, shaking like a fish lip with a fool maker. Got the fool shoe maker, looking like a fish with the fish lip maker. Fish lips all up in the fish tank, sucking on the side like an allergy on my dank. Yeah, you got the fish lips, move around like a fucking fish lip. Like a little sucker fish, move around my tank like a little sucker bitch. Yeah, you got them big fish lips, like a fucking fish lip with a fish hip. I gotta hit it from the backside. Drew got them lips looking like a flat side. Shake it like a lip shaker. I said shake it like a lip shaker, shaker the shake, shout. So ignorant, so ignorant. So low. So low. Get your lips moving down. Make your lips go around. Make a fucking lip whistle. Make a lip so. I bet you can fucking whistle. Drew got lips that can whistle. God damn, I bet that boy could whistle with them fish lips.
My lips look like they're fucking.
Oh God. Your lip having a fight with your other lip, Drew. He like, I'm gonna fuck that top lip up. Shut your ass up, top lip.
The last time I fucked someone with my lips, it looked like this.
Shaking like a lip shaker. Shake it like a lip shaker.
Then when we reached orgasm, it went faster. It was like
they popped on the lips. A lip popper.
a lip pop.
That's a new fucking candy. Lip pops. You suck it with just your lip. You're like. Anyway, the Boston Celtics just blowing out Miami right now, 73-42. 73-42 right now in the third quarter with 2:50 left in the game. Boston looks like they're in full control of this one right now, folks.
And this is game 4?
Yep, Miami has a 2-1 lead right now. Here we are in game 4.
It doesn't look like they're going to keep that.
Nope, it's going to be
stand on it.
Yeah, it'll be a 2-2 series tie. I said this was going to go 7, this one. Miami and Celtics go 7 all the time, man, for some reason. They just do, you know?
I'm looking at the series right now. The Heat won by 6 and won by 11.
Mm.
The game that the Celtics won, they won by 25, and here they are again with a dominant lead.
Yeah.
So it seems like the Heat can squeak one out, but the Celtics will just murder them.
Yeah,
just from what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
just these
yeah. Well, that's usually. I think that's how it usually goes with their games, man. The close games, Miami wins, and the blowouts, it's Boston whenever they win in a blowout. Hey, did you see that big thing that's going on with the Yankees, man? Oh my God, bro!
Donaldson and fucking what's his nut? Yeah, we were talking about it last night.
Dude, he fucking said he called him Jackie as like Jackie, Jackie Robinson.
Right.
And the reason he did that was because he did an interview where he compared himself to Jackie. So
his teammates were even calling him that.
Yes.
Donaldson was one of those.
That's why I'm saying it's not a racist thing that happened because it wasn't done in that way. It was done in the way
of endearment. And
yeah.
He was trying to turn it around on him.
Yeah, and he was like saying it like, "Oh yeah, you're as good as Jackie was." Like, come on, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, he wasn't even saying it like, "Oh, okay, Jackie, because you're black." He was saying it that way because of, he was interviewed, and when he was interviewed, he said he compared himself to Jackie Robinson, which is crazy to do. You know,
what seems to be the general consensus? Are people actually buying that Josh Donaldson was trying to be racist?
Yes, they are. Yes, people are doing that.
Because I haven't followed the fallout. I just read
people
the
are, bro.
We talked about it last night.
I'm telling you.
Anyone who buys that shit, it just, again, it goes to show the fucking hashtag Twitter dance.
Yep.
People read a fucking tweet and it becomes fact instead of using their brains and doing a little bit of research, one of which sometimes even these fucking news organizations, which are immensely dishonest, at times will actually do that research for you. You just got to find it. And you can find out that in 2019, this interview happened. His entire team was calling him Jackie behind the scenes as a term of endearment. And then all of a sudden now they're, I guess, on opposite teams. Is that what it is? And they approach each other, and as he crossed home plate, he said, "Hey, what's up, Jackie?" or something like that.
And if it was racist, I would call it out for what it is. I have no reason to defend this guy. I'm not a Yankee fan. You know what I mean?
No,
but what I read,
how you see it.
Yeah, but what I read and what I seen and what I know now, he's not a racist. This guy, he's played with a lot of people of color, a lot. He's never had a problem. You know, he only did that to him to fuck with him. Because of the interview. But people are gonna make a big deal over it no matter what. And these politicians, they use these things, these situations, like somebody getting shot and killed or somebody getting manhandled by the police, and it hits like major airwaves. They jump on these things and they act like they give a fuck and they care about the families and the fallen people that have died, but they don't. They just use it to their advantage for politicians to use to bolster themselves or to rally in front of something to put their name on it. And it is just, it's fucking really just getting sickening that they do that. They don't care about us at all, these politicians, man. They know I think they hate us. I think they actually
know how easily they can get away with this shit because they know the average American, they have eating out of their hands. All they have to do is say something and people buy it.
Really?
Because no one actually does the research.
No.
Back when our parents were young, they pulled out the fucking newspaper.
They did, and you know what? They almost started a revolution because of it in the 60s. I mean, like, these people fucking, they question everything that the government did, and you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to already know that as an American. You question everything that your government does. You're supposed to. Our forefathers wanted it that way. I can't take
Look at our
here.
Vietnam vets.
Well, yeah, they were just treated with total disrespect. That one. Yeah, they were totally disrespected. But, I mean, you look at the way things are now, man. Like Nixon, they took out because he cheated. He lied. He had people break into fucking his rivals' headquarters and, the Democratic headquarters. Yeah, and he got arrested for – well, he didn't get arrested. He got impeached, basically, for it and stepped down because he knew he was fucked. Nowadays it just seems like you do something like that and you're going to get away with it. So you just do it anyway. And it's like all these politicians are all fucking crooked. They're all fucking crooked. And honestly, you could say that about Trump if you want to, too. That, oh, yeah, Trump's crooked, too. He can't be crooked. Because if he was, he would have got caught already. You know how many people want to arrest this motherfucker? You know how many people want to fucking put him behind bars and take his money from him? A lot. A lot. Don't you think if he really was doing some foul shit, like interacting with the Russian government or making deals with them behind the backs of Americans before he became president or even when he was president, you don't think he would have got locked up and the key thrown away because of that? Come on now.
Look at Hillary.
Well, I mean, but Hillary's shit came out. His shit would have came out that he did this. It did come out. And they tried telling all of us as Americans, hey, look, this guy's colluding with Russia to try to become our president. And they wanted us to all go, oh, my God, what a piece of shit. You know what I mean? And it didn't work. And now it's proven that all of that was fake. It was made up. It was made up by Hillary and her team. That is so fucked that we know that now.
And
imagine she would have, dude, Drew, imagine she would have became president. Imagine Hillary would have became president and then finding out afterwards that she cheated to do it. She fucking literally.
That came out, 3 days before the election, if that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the fucking Hunter Biden thing in 2020 when Hunter Biden thing was about to come out and they stopped it from coming out before the elections went off because they were afraid Biden was going to lose. You know, it's our media is working with a fraction of our politicians. There's politician media, like there's parts of the media that are run or help out and pick their politicians and they work with them. You know what I mean? Anything negative comes out about them, they don't put it on air. You know, anything like detrimental, they won't, you know. It's so obvious now. It is so obvious. But Drew, okay, back to the original point. Did you see how many people are chiming in on this Johnny Depp trial?
I mean, I know it's been pretty much everybody for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Do you see how many people, picked up on it though, man? Like everybody is talking about it, dude. Okay, so Howard Stern the other day, he comes on and he goes, you know, I wasn't aware of how entertaining this Johnny Depp trial is to Robin Givens, and she's like, really? I've been checking, you know, a couple of things out about it, but is it really that entertaining? Like, is it really that entertaining? And you know, Howard was like, oh yes, it is. It's that entertaining. Like, there's every kind of drama you can get in it. There's lying on both sides, and then he started ripping Johnny apart. Okay, which I thought was like a little fucked up, but he started ripping Johnny Depp apart, saying that, you know, Johnny Depp signed off to have cameras in the courtroom, and he started saying that Johnny Depp is a narcissist, and you know, all this shit. And he might be. You know, Johnny Depp is a narcissist, and you know, he's not what the internet thinks he is. He's more than that, and you know, he's got everybody fooled. And Amanda, you know, and he didn't like so much stick up for Amanda Heard, but he, you know, he was definitely against Johnny. There's no doubt about it. And then like a whole bunch of other media people picked up this case now that normally were not covering it at all. And now it is just being covered by, I mean, every major news fucking major,
even
you know.
small YouTubers that have been covering it have blown up their channels double and triple in size.
Yes, I know, dude. I know. Yeah, dude, there's this one guy that I've been watching that nobody knew who this guy was. He had the smallest channel, bro. He had like 5,000 subscribers, okay? Mm-hmm. Now you go look at his channel, over 300,000 subscribers, because the way that he's covering this, he has all day to sit home and to put the trial on. Huh? Yeah, he puts the trial on in the background, right? And then he watches the trial in front of him the whole day, watching the trial and covering every little fucking thing that happens. And people are loving it. Like they zoom, like they connect into his shit instead of go watch it for themselves to hear his reaction to it. Mm-hmm. And he's blowing up this guy, like literally blew the fuck up.
That's not him right there.
No, that's not him. That's a lady that testified in the Depp case the other day, who was actually against Johnny Depp and saying that he was very unprofessional at work, and he would say derogatory and nasty things in front of women, and all this shit that she said negative about Johnny Depp the other day. So, but yeah, this case continues to be an entertaining phenomenon. And you know what? Like, listen, I don't know. How do you feel about Johnny Depp signing off on having cameras in there before this shit even went down? He was like, okay, he was the one who made the call on whether cameras should be in the courtroom or not. How do you guys feel about him deciding to put cameras in the courtroom? Does it piss you off? Does it make you think he's an asshole? Does it make sense? Do you think it should be on air?
I'm not going to pretend that I can step into the mind of Johnny Depp because, I mean, we've agreed that he's pretty insane himself. But even with me, if I went through a relationship like he's saying he went through, yeah, I'd want the entire fucking world to see
know.
my
So
bitch
that's
ex
why.
get
All right,
crucified.
so
Would you not feel that way?
Okay, but listen, so now you're making sense, and I wish somebody would have said this to Howard Stern, because Howard made it sound like, oh, this guy's a narcissist. Like, why would you sign off on having cameras in there unless you want cameras to be on you and make you the star, and blah, blah, blah. And you know what else he said? He goes,
Cameras
Johnny,
been on her more.
dude, listen to this. He goes, Johnny Depp is an actor, okay? He knows just how to react, just what to say to get you guys to like him. And I'm like, wow.
And she doesn't. So he's going to ignore the fact that she's exactly the
I
same.
guess so. Because he didn't badmouth
he could
Amber
be
Heard,
right,
but he didn't
but you
also
gotta
stick up for her. He didn't stick up for her. But he didn't badmouth her like he did with Johnny. I mean, he badmouthed Johnny, like, questioning why the cameras are in there, the whole nine, So, I mean, I don't know, man. It seemed like he was kind of like too harsh on Johnny, or is jealous of him or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. It's, to me, it could be more. I mean, it could also be that he's a narcissist too, but I mean, if I was in his shoes, I'd want everyone to know what I went through. Especially if I'm a
that's what I was going to
high-profile
say.
person.
You made sense by saying that. I wish somebody would have said that to Stern, like, hey, maybe it's not just because of his narcissism that cameras are in there. Maybe the cameras are in there because he wants the world to see that he's innocent of all this shit that he was accused of, and he lost out on movies because of, and she's so hot, what a cougar, and all this shit, like, so you think of that side of it, and it's like, yeah, why would you want cameras in that courtroom? I'm sure Johnny is such a big star that he doesn't need the extra coverage of his court case on air to make him bolster up who he is or anything, right? And it could have been that it went south on him and he looked bad during this trial, just as easy as it made her look bad, right? You're telling me he gambled all that just so he can get some cameras on him? I think he did it because of what you said. And maybe people like Howard Stern should think of that part of it. You're sitting here. What if Howard Stern was accused of being a wife beater and this scumbag monster that he was accused of being? Maybe he might fucking do the same thing. Like, yeah, I want cameras in there to hear the bullshit that this bitch pulled on me and the lying that is being done.
I think Johnny Depp knew that she didn't have a leg to stand on.
Yep.
She spent
he
5
said
months
it.
or even 5 days.
He said
just
it.
spouting her mouth that she'd be exposed.
He said it, bro. He said it in one of those recordings, and I'm dying to know how these guys, how both of them have recordings of each other arguing with each other. So they were obviously recording each other as husband and wife, and almost splitting up. Also recorded each other while they were husband and wife together, and that's just weird that they would record each other. But okay, it's Hollywood. It's an actress fucking marriage. I get it. Weird, very weird shit. But back to your point. What'd you say again right before that? Said something that made me think of that.
I was basically just saying I had said that he just wanted her exposed because.
Oh, yeah.
And what I was.
You are right. Wait, let me say this before I forget it, because you just reminded me again. He did that knowing, like you said, he probably knew she was going to be exposed. He said that. He said in one of those recordings, and that's why I mentioned the recordings. He said in one of those recordings, arguing with her. She said, "Oh, yeah, sure, Johnny, or whatever she said, and he turned around and said, "That's fine. One day people will know how you manipulated and lied about who I am and what I did and blah, blah, blah." And he said all of it right then and there, right on that recording to her. So, you know what? You are right again. She did know. I mean, he did know if this all came out in court, she's fucked. It's going to make her look terrible, not me anymore. Because he was made to look terrible for 4 years, this guy. 4 years.
Remember what this trial is. This is a defamation trial. So he feels he's been defamed and he's been costed and cost money. So not only does he want the courts to recognize that, but he wants the rest of his counterparts, the other people in Hollywood, the people that hire him for jobs.
Yeah.
If he really is as innocent as he's saying he is, and he was as screwed over as he was, then not only does he want restitution, but he wants his name cleared. And what's the best way to do it? Make the whole world fucking see it.
Yeah.
And I mean, just imagine if your livelihood had, or a good chunk of your livelihood,
And it was a lie.
had been ruined, or your namesake. I mean, we could even throw this into a little bit of spin a little bit of community drama concept here. But who's the first person to defend Ken when someone's talked shit on Ken? It's you, and you make sure you go to a source where everyone's going to fucking hear it.
Yeah.
I didn't do this. I've got the clip
Yeah,
right
you're
here.
right.
Whatever
You're right.
it is you do.
You're right. And
you
a lot
know
of people.
exactly what Johnny Depp's feeling.
You're right. And a lot of people, that's the first thing that they do when they're innocent of something, is to get pissed and to
Speak
out on it. Like, hey, fuck this. This is not right. This is not true.
I did it for months before
Yeah.
I was finally like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I've said what I have to say.
Yeah.
Everyone who needs to hear it heard it.
Me
and-
too, man. I was done with it. I was done with it. I still hear recorded things here and there of stupid shit, little things. But you know what? I'm just to the point now where it is what it is, and the truth always comes out, and just trust in the truth and move forward. And I guess like Johnny in a way did that in this case. Like, although there are some people that are up there lately, like giving testimony that makes him look a little bad, but all the shit that she's done and said, especially in this trial that we've all heard, if you've been listening, and even if you haven't, trust me, there's a lot of shit that she has said and done that is fucked up in this trial. And the shit she's accused of doing and saying, it's pretty fucked up. And all the stuff that was being accused was on him at first. Beating her, fucking, almost going after her sister. She accused him of going to push her sister down a flight of stairs, which was not true. The guy didn't even move towards her sister at all. And that came up in this case too.
I'm looking in the chat, and Frank says that it was never Depp's decision. It was the judges to have the cameras.
Well, I heard today it was Depp's decision to have the cameras
Maybe they
in
asked
there.
his opinion or considered his opinion.
I don't know. I mean, I heard Stern say today it was Johnny Depp's decision to have the cameras in that courtroom. I mean, he could be wrong. I don't know, but that's what he said today. He said it was, it was Johnny Depp's decision to have these cameras in the courtroom. Why would he decide that, Robin? Because he's a narcissist.
So hey, maybe Stern's making shit up then.
I don't think he would make it up. He probably if that is not true, he probably heard it wrong. But I think it is true. I think because this is his trial, this is his case, this is his claims. You know what I mean? This is him, kind of like countering the slander that he was going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if the decision is up to him or not. I'm just going by what Stern said. But either way.
Well, hey,
some
guys
judges
send your hate mail to Stern.
Well, most judges do, because you remember those cases that came out where they were deciding whether to have cameras in the courtroom or not for that other case that happened not too long ago. I forget what the fuck it was again.
Ghislaine Maxwell?
No, it wasn't those things. But there was a judge who was like, they were putting this on TV, like the preliminary things about the case, and they were putting it on TV, and the judge was actually like pondering whether he should, I don't know if I want to put this on TV because it's going to turn into a circus, and so yes, that's what it was, because that judge was really like questioning whether he should have put it on TV or not, and they said that if you do, it'll prove that this kid was innocent, and it'll let the nation know what was going on, as opposed to just having a fucking.
And people still ignored what they
and
saw.
they did, but some people did see that and say, oh shit, okay. That's when you tell me the full story, it's not what it was made out to be, like some white dude going around shooting people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It really wasn't that. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Johnny Depp obviously took a gamble, putting this shit out there if he did, and it worked out for him, so far. But like I said, there's been detrimental shit against him, because that doctor who deals with fingers, and he's a surgeon with fingers, and like really supposedly like really unbelievably good at what he does, and he testified that there's absolutely no fucking way that Johnny Depp's finger would have that type of damage done to it if it was done with a bottle thrown at him. So that's a pretty big lie right there to get caught in. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he did get caught out. I mean, if you're going to trust what this surgeon is saying, I would trust what a surgeon's saying. Why would that surgeon have to get up there and lie? You know what I mean? That surgeon has no reason to lie, right?
No, he shouldn't.
So that's why I'm saying, like, don't you think we should trust in that surgeon? Like, okay, you know what? You are a oh shit, sorry. I just fucking hit that by accident. But what up, Shy
Quick,
God?
Ken, beat the cock clock now. You can stay due to donation instead of having actual content.
If I was beating the clock, I would have ended the show a fucking hour ago.
Yeah, so you be the judge, man. You be the judge. You Buttigieg. You Buttigieg judge. You know what I mean?
Start on that guy.
You Buttigieg a judge if you want. You could be the judge Buttigieg if you want. You be the juicy judge. Be the juice people juice. What? Are you having a stroke? You be the judge, you be Bob the Butch. You be the Bob. Oh my God. Dude, did you really send me a video of a deer or a horse getting hit? Please, like, why? Not you. Not you.
Oh, I think I know. Because
the other psycho that sends these things. The other psycho. For Christ's sake. I don't want to see that.
That's like Wandy just sent me something earlier, and he's like, "Dude, you got to check what I." Oh, yep. It's the same person.
Dude, Wandy sends me a soft served shitload. Okay, it's a little poopy in a toilet, and he goes, "This thing looks like somebody walked up to it with a cone and went right out of the fucking machine." Okay, it's like a little soft served turd, and he goes, "Man, this was so hard, I couldn't shit it out. My ass was bleeding. I was about to die." I'm like, dude, that is not a shit, bro. You should see an American shit. Okay, stop coming to me with your third world shits. Okay, we have American shits here, bro. That is not.
Third
that's a
world.
soft.
Fucking Abu
That's
Dhabi.
a soft served Abu Dhabi poop. Okay, an Abu Dhabi babu.
So he sends me something earlier, and I haven't had the chance to check it. I barely got down here in time. And he's in the chat, and he's like, "Did you watch it?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't." And he goes, "Well, watch it now. It's only 5 seconds." And I'm like, "Jesus Christ." I'm trying to listen to you, so I don't want to miss what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I go and I look at it, and it's Tommy pulling his pants down years ago on your show. I'm like,
oh,
why was that so important?
I do remember that, too,
like,
yeah.
Could we maybe, did it after the show? Did I have to watch it now? While we're trying to talk about
because he wants you to bring it up on the show.
Well, he got what he wanted.
There you go.
He got what he wanted. There you go, Wandy.
It was so bizarre, Wandy.
It was so bizarre.
Wandy, Wanda, Quandy.
Like, of all things, like I missed like 3 sentences of what you said, and then when I'm done listening to it and looking at it, you're like, "Well, right, Drew?" And I'm like, yeah, Ken. I agree.
Sure, yeah.
Well, no, you could have told me to agree to eat the barrel of a shotgun, and I wouldn't have known.
That's great. Thanks. That's good.
It was so bizarre.
It was queefy. You know what I mean?
She called me a queef.
She called me a big fucking queef machine.
What were we talking about earlier? Because I don't
know. But I got
times where people have called out the government.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and take a pee.
Okay, we'll go.
And I'll be right
I'm glad
back.
you did it before the show, so you wouldn't.
I did. Listen, man, I'm an old man now, bro. I'm turning 45 in less than a month, dude. I mean,
I thought I was the one who always gets up to pee.
I'm turning 45 in let me see how many days here. Where is it? Let me see. How long do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days, and I'll be 42. I remember when I turned 42.
Damn, is that a Friday?
Yeah. No.
Oh, well, shit, that's going to be a party night.
It's
here.
a Friday. Yeah, it's a Friday night.
You going to do a birthday show?
I think so. I might get a new wig and look and glasses and dress up like a woman, and then testify in the court case. But yeah,
a little Botox. Throw a little Botox in your eye.
that fucking woman. I'm sorry, is a man. I'm sorry. No, it's not. I'm very sorry for saying that. That's fucked up. But go ahead, Drew. I'll be right back.
You are, but you're not. But you're not. But
no,
you are, but you're not.
Listen, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Remember that one, Drew, that I used to do back in the day and somebody stole from me?
No,
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm totally not. Yes, I am. Remember that one somebody stole? But anyway, I'll be right back, all right?
All right. Be right back. No, I was trying to remember exactly what it was we were talking about, though. But we were going on about times that people had called out the government. I think it was when we were talking about the monkeypox shit and how people are just going to fucking lose their minds and stand up against it. Yeah, that's what it was, and stand up against quarantines on this. I mean, first of all, monkeypox. For those who don't know exactly what it is or whatever or at least how to avoid getting or what gives it to you. So the transmission of it comes from either, and I'm just going to read this verbatim, the virus enters the body primarily through broken skin, even if not visible, or mucous membranes through the eyes, nose, mouth. Human-to-human transmission is thought to primarily occur through close contact. They've even connected it to sexual intercourse. Animal-to-human transmission may occur with a bite or a scratch, or eating the meat of an infected. So we're not talking about this isn't the same thing as what a COVID was or was supposed to be or what have you. Now, the death rate is higher. It's like 3 to 10% depending on the area. I would like to think of the United States it'd be even lower, considering when this happened in 2013, 70 odd people got it and not a single person died. That's called 0%, no matter how you try and slice it up. But in places like Africa and shit where medicine isn't exactly as abundant or helpful or what have you, the rates are going to be higher. And I'm not saying that people in Africa don't matter, but we're talking about numbers so minute right now, and they're trying to turn this into a big thing. There's 170 confirmed cases in the entire world.
And are they all in one place, or is it all over the globe?
A decent chunk is up in Europe, basically, 57 in the UK, 37 Portugal, 38 Spain. As I said earlier, Belgium, the country who's shut down or quarantined for 21 days, has 4 confirmed cases.
Jesus,
and no deaths.
Only 4, huh?
I believe there's no deaths out of that one.
Oh yeah,
I don't think we've had any deaths yet, but it's also very, very new. But to be fair, this is exactly how COVID started. We were sitting there looking at the numbers going,
yeah, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that.
But even with the 70 some odd cases we had in 2003 in the U.S., it was shut down real fucking quick.
Yeah.
There's been outbreaks numerous times over the last 2 decades specifically, and they've all been shut down real quick. So this isn't something new. This is something we've already dealt with. The smallpox vaccination is 85% effective. And a lot of people already have their smallpox vaccination. So let's calm our tits and chill the fuck out, is my opinion on this. And if they try and turn it into some crazy shit where it would not be the first time that that America came together and called out the government, like, what the fuck are you thinking? Yeah. There's been many times. I mean, look at the fucking MK Ultra shit that came out in the 70s.
God, I know.
Fucking the drug experiments and the electrotherapy shit. We could talk about where the criminals that were allowed to buy guns down by the Mexican border to try and draw out the cartel members and shit.
Yeah.
That happened. Convicted criminals, convicted felons were allowed to buy guns as long as they were down by the Mexican border. I think it was down in like Arizona or something. There's been so many times where our government has like either fed a lie or tried to pull some bullshit to fit an agenda and to fit what they're trying to accomplish. Now, I'm not saying that taking down cartel members is a bad thing, but you're arming thousands of criminals with guns that God knows what they're going to do.
Dude, a plane, like a huge plane landed in JFK the other day with all people from the border in New York City. Like a whole plane worth of them. And they fucking let them all off.
Immigrants?
Yeah, and they gave them all cell phones. They gave them, and they all went to this place to find.
Did they give them their $500,000 or $750,000?
I can't fucking believe it, man. It's like, what the fuck is going on? And they really are trying to replace all Americans. Like they're legit trying to replace our vote and us. You know, it's fucking crazy. It really is fucking crazy what's going on, and nothing's being done about it at all. Like nothing at all. So, I mean, that's the way it's going to be, man, in this country, right? Because people are more important. What's more important is, what's going on with Johnny Depp. You know what I mean? That's what's more important. I mean, honestly, that's the problem with this fucking country. It's like, I cover it because I get a kick out of it, and it's like, who am I? I could sit here and be like, I got to cover the politics and all the bad stuff that goes on because we got to bring light, we got to shed light on it. We got to, what am I getting? A couple thousand views? I'm not fucking really doing anything to change anything, so that's why I cover it. If I was on here really making a change and I had ample people watching me, you damn right, every fucking night of my life, I'd be talking about the government and what's going on in this country, trying to combat it.
That's what really needs to be talked about. This Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing is just one of the biggest fucking distractions.
It is.
Here's one thing. This is something we talked about last night, and a lot of people were going, oh, it's a WNBA player. No one gives a fuck. No, it doesn't have to do with this. That Brittany Griner that got arrested for having fucking, what was it, marijuana vape shit or whatever the fuck in Russia, and she's being held. They're trying to swap her with a fucking terrorist.
I know. There's chicks smoking weed, and they're like, well, you're going to give us kill people, and we'll give you your pothead.
Give us our terrorists back.
Yeah, give us our terrorists, and we'll trade our pothead. Come on, man.
And so, I had to explain. There were a few people in the chat saying, oh, this isn't a big – no, it's actually – fuck the fact that she's a WNBA player. She could be your fucking
She's
next
an American.
Neighbor.
She's an American.
She's an American being held.
We leave no
for the
Americans
most minor
behind.
Charges.
We should leave no Americans behind. It's one for all for one. That's why this country's falling apart, because we all don't back each other anymore.
The reason they're doing this with her, though, is because she is the known star that she is, and it's going to get more people's attention. So, if it was Sally next door,
Fuck Sally.
It would be a non-story. It would be
Sally,
a very minor story at best.
Let me tell you something about
because you've got one of the most notable women players in all of the WNBA's history.
Let me tell you.
I made this example last night. If it was LeBron James, you bet your ass he'd be stuck there.
Right now, it's 100-79 in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left in the Boston-Miami game. They're down by 21 points. Anyway, let me tell you something about Sally next door, bro. She vibrates, and you can hear the buzzing when you're in your own home. You can hear from across the street. She uses a jackhammer for that booty. For that asshole.
So you've known Sally a long time.
Well, I mean, listen, dude, like we said, I cover this because I get a kick out of it and I watch it. But yeah, don't think that I know for a second that this world is going to hell. Okay, we're all going to hell. I was watching this shit today on YouTube, where this Russian helicopter, right? These two Russian helicopters were coming in somewhere in Ukraine, and they launched their rockets at something on the ground, right? And then they turn around really fast. They do this maneuver, both of them, and they start flying the opposite way. And all of a sudden, something from the ground starts firing. And then what I mean by something is I've never seen trace fire like this before in my life. And it made me think, what the fuck are we giving Ukraine? And man, they definitely spent that 40 billion, 85 billion, whatever we gave them, really good, because whatever they were shooting into the sky at these helicopters, this was like a green trace fire, and it literally looked like lasers, freaking lasers, okay? It literally looked like we're shooting, like Ukraine is shooting lasers now. All right, it was some futuristic fucking, ground-to-air defense fucking weapon that I've never seen before. And I was amazed by the footage because it ripped these helicopters apart. All you saw was the back tail of the helicopter just shoot off the back of it and just fly off. And it was like, whoa, holy fuck. And these things went so fast, these little tracers. I don't know if they were bullets or they were fucking literally lasers. Because they look like green lasers, sometimes bullets make that trace, but and they're red. It's normally red. This was like a fucking neon green colored looking thing, and it ripped through these helicopters, man. Like I said, and just demolished these fucking guys. And then I saw the aftermath of the crash site, and because they showed what happened hours later when they found the actual helicopter they shot down, you could see that it was just fucking just utterly destroyed. I mean, it's like, you don't know a war is really going on over there because here we are in America. We're worried about gas prices and this and that and Amber Heard and fucking Johnny Depp. But yeah, man, there's a real war going on there and really fucked up shit where there was this other footages that I saw where this guy had like a GoPro on his head and he was running around what was his neighborhood because it's all fucking demolished now and it's all like broken, buildings and shit like that. And he's running around his neighborhood with a GoPro on recording himself. And wherever he goes at night, he must have like internet and this and that. And he's actually uploading all of his shit that he's doing during the day, like reconnaissance and fighting like with Russians and gunfights and shit like that. And it's a bunch of these kids from the neighborhood that go out and actually fight the Russians during the night or during the day. And then at the nighttime, they hide amongst all the other people. And they're recording everything they do and uploading it onto YouTube. And YouTube is letting them upload their images because nobody's being killed on it or anything, but they're coming close to fucking killing and being killed themselves, which is wild to watch, man, because the footage is just nuts. It's like this guy going around his old neighborhood or what's left of it and sneaking around to where a tank drove right by him while he was like underneath this rubble in this broken down fucking building. This tank was like 20 feet away from him. All that tank had to see was just his eyes, and he's done. And yet this guy's recording this shit and sneaking around, and I'm like, man, what a wild life these people are living over there right now. Really fucked up.
I wouldn't want to be in a fucking war zone.
No, could you imagine, like, your life going from, like, I got to go to work today, my boring life, to, like, running around what was once your neighborhood and now is just a war zone, and you're not even working or anything, and you're just existing during the war and fighting during the day with a bunch of scrappy men that not even an army. It's the neighborhood's young guys. It's just fucking mind-boggling to me in 2022. This type of shit is going on. Guerrilla warfare and people dying and being killed for no reason at all. Politics. That's the reason, because of politics. That's the fucking reason. And then you get shit like the Johnny Depp trial, and man, I heard that it's like, and like, let's just throw some distractions at these people because, war is good for us. Like, and all our politicians are loving it. They love the fact we're at war. They just love it, Miami's trying to make a game of this right now.
Are they? Are they pushing back?
They're pushing back a little bit here. 123 left, and it's 100 to 82. So...
they're not going to catch that.
Down by 18 now. Dude, they were down by like 25 at one point.
I mean, they're making
26.
more of a game out of it, don't get me wrong, but you're not catching 18 points in 99 seconds.
Maybe not. I doubt it.
I mean, that would be one of the most unheard of comebacks.
Really? You think so?
18 points, even three-pointers. That's 6 unanswered three-pointers in a minute and a half.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible, but Miami Heat starters, 18 points now.
And especially with a team that knows there's only that much time left,
I got news for you.
Protected.
They just missed a 3, and Boston recovered, so it's definitely over now. It's like 99. There's 59 seconds left, and still up by 18, so it's over.
Yeah.
Definitely over.
Yeah.
So,
series is tied.
Yeah.
This one may go to 7.
Yeah,
they're trading them off.
I thought it would. Anyway. But and then what is the next game that that's what it was. The Rangers.
We got Warriors Mavericks.
Oh, that's on tonight too. This is a doubleheader.
No, that's tomorrow. I thought you were saying what was the other conference final.
No, I was trying to think of what the Rangers won last night, so they're down 2-1 now against Carolina, and they play again in New York. They played in New York, I think, last night, or was it last night or the night before? It was last night, and they won.
Do you like the fact that NHL and NBA have playoffs at the same time, or would you rather them be more separate?
I've been dealing with that for forever. I mean, it's always been that way. So, like, I'm used to it.
I know it has, but what are your thoughts on it? Are
I'm
you used to it? Do you not care?
I'm used to it. I'm used to it. I don't care.
Would you be happier if they had separated it, or
no?
You just
but did you hear that the Florida Panthers went to the Miami Heat and asked them to move or to reschedule their game because they were on the road the same night that Florida was home in the arena that both of them play in, and they wanted the Celtics to not be on, they wanted the Miami Heat to not be on TV because they would lose out to that game. And they asked Miami to either move or to reschedule or to change it up. And the Heat wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either. I mean, our schedule is our schedule. It's worked around the arena.
Isn't that crazy, though?
They weren't double booked for the arena, right?
No, they weren't because the Heat was on the road, but they wanted to. As a matter of fact, I think it was the game. I don't know if it's this game or no. It was like, wait, does Tampa Bay play tonight? No, they play tomorrow, right? I don't know what game it was, or if it already passed, but they did. You could look up the story. It was. I know I'm fucking.
Tampa Bay won the series today, so.
Okay, so there you go. It was. When was that game on?
Today.
Like same time as this game, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what it was, bro. I think that's what it was. Today's game, I think they didn't like the fact that the Miami Heat was on the same night as them on the road in Boston, and they actually went to them to change up the game. But they did this not months ago, I guess, like weeks ago or a week ago. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't know when they did. If you were worried
about television ratings, you wouldn't have swept your opponent. You would have gotten a couple extra games out of it.
Yeah, can you believe? All right, so Tampa, they're going for their third cup. It looks like they're going to win their third fucking cup, which I cannot believe this team is going to win 3 cups. I cannot believe it. I can't believe this team is going to win 3 cups. I can't. I'm in shock over it. I did not think.
No one else is really as dominant as they are.
No, I just didn't think that this team would do that. I mean, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, can anyone stop this fucking team? I mean, it's ridiculous now. The Islanders lost.
Had a chance.
Dude, the Islanders lost the last 2 years in a row to them to get into the Stanley Cup Finals, right? And they're going to be the first American team to win 3 straight Stanley Cups since the New York Islanders. And twice they took us out for 2 of their cups out of the 3, which is fucked up. And I have a feeling the Rangers are going to come back in this series, and the Rangers are going to play Tampa in the next round. And it's going to be fucked up that Tampa now, all 3 years in a row, will have played a New York team to get into the Stanley Cup Finals. The Islanders, and Rangers. And I have a feeling it's going to, the Rangers are going to lose to Tampa. Tampa's going to go on. And I swear, I hope I'm right, because I have a feeling Tampa's going to make the finals but lose. Because I think either the Colorado Avalanche or the fucking Edmonton Oilers or Calgary. Well, I would say the Edmonton Oilers and the Colorado Avalanche are the only 2 teams that could probably beat Tampa. If the Edmonton Oilers lose to Calgary, I think Calgary would lose to Tampa. But I think the Oilers and Colorado, whichever one of those 2 teams make it to the Stanley Cup Finals, I think would beat Tampa. So I'm hoping at least maybe in the Stanley Cup Finals they stop Tampa. But Tampa you sweep out a President's Trophy team. And let me tell you, Drew, I know hockey very well. Been watching it. I played it my entire life, right? Mm-hmm. Florida poured it on these guys at one point in Game 3. Like, they poured it on them. They were setting up. I haven't seen a team set up like this in a long time. They were shuffling the puck and setting up like world-class hockey. Florida Panthers, right? Setting up on Tampa Bay like it was nothing. They couldn't get anything in. All of a sudden, Tampa grabs the puck, comes down the other way, one-timer over to fucking Stamkos, bang, goal on the first shot. And Florida looked defeated. They looked like, goddamn, we just set up on these guys for like 3 minutes straight in their zone, setting up beautiful play after play. We can't score a goal. They come down, they take one fucking shot, and boom, they score. And Florida looked like they were done after that. And I said to Shannon, that's it, they're getting swept. I knew they'd get swept after that because they just looked defeated, bro. They looked defeated. You know, and this was when it was 1-0 Tampa Bay in Game 3. They looked defeated from it. So it's not a shock, but it is a shock in a way because the Florida Panthers were the number 1 team in the NHL. All right, and they were a damn good team. But they had a damn good coach that had to step down. So that might be why they, dicked out so bad in the end here and getting swept out by Tampa. I mean, that's horrible. You get swept. You can't even win a game. So it's pretty shitty the way they went out. But, Tampa just looks stronger and stronger, man. And honestly, I hope Colorado makes the Stanley Cup Finals because I don't see anybody else beating Tampa. I just don't now. You know, I thought Florida had a shot on them, but obviously Florida got smacked the fuck around.
Yeah.
So,
well, like I said, the Leafs were the ones who were really close. They came out just a goal behind.
yeah,
You know?
yep. They took them to Game 7 overtime, man. I think that's the last time you'll see that Tampa team up against the ropes like that in this Stanley Cup Finals. They'll probably go on to win a third cup. But let me tell you this, there's no way they'll tie the Islanders' record, which is 19 straight playoff series. Okay? No other team has done it besides the Canadian teams. They're the only American team to win 4 in a row and make it to 5 straight Stanley Cup Finals. And they would have won their 20th series in a row, but they lost to the Edmonton Oilers and Wayne Gretzky. So that's okay. They lost to another great fucking franchise at the time that was getting ready to win another 5 cups. So the Islanders had their run, 4 straight, 19 straight playoff victories. Tampa looks unbeatable, but there's no way they'll win 19 straight series. I think right now what they're on is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 10 in a row now, Tampa. 10 playoff victories in a row. They have to do that all over again, win another 2 Stanley Cups, make it to a 5th Stanley Cup Finals, and win it. So for Tampa to beat the Islanders' record, they got to win 5 straight Stanley Cups, and it will never happen. Never. There's no way they'll win another fucking 2 on top of this year. No way. No way. And if they do it, they'll be the greatest team of all time. To win 5 straight Stanley Cups in this day and age, it's virtually impossible, let alone 3. But we'll see what happens, man. It's a good playoffs, man. It really has been. Basketball and hockey have been phenomenal, fucking phenomenal this year. And I don't use that word phenomenal much. I just use it when I have to make a really big point. And yeah, NBA has been great. I'm not too much. I always followed basketball, right? But never went head over heels for it like I did with baseball and hockey. I know all the stats up and down. I know the players. I know, I'm a stat freak. I never got that crazy with basketball. I did at one point in my life, back in like the early 90s, I got heavily into the Knicks and was watching them like crazy. Like from like 1991 to like 1998, 99. I kind of stopped watching them that much, and I faded away from basketball. But, it's been great this year to watch these playoff games, man. It really has. And I'm looking forward to watching the Rangers lose. But like I said, I think they're going to come back in this series and fucking beat. Somebody popped one of the Rangers in the face right after the game ended the other night. And there's some bad blood brewing between both these teams, and that's good for the Rangers, and that's not good for Carolina. But we'll see what happens, man. Anyway, anything else, Drew, before we bounce?
The actress's name that you were looking for was Kate Moss.
Yes, Kate Moss is going to be testifying.
I just happened to stumble on it.
I know, dude. Can you believe she's going to be testifying now because this dumb bitch, Amanda Heard, opened up her mouth and mentioned her name?
I'd be like, just shut up.
Can you believe that,
maybe she has something. Who knows? But
well, they said that she's going to come in defense of Johnny Depp.
Oh, that's great.
So...
Because isn't she an ex of Johnny Depp?
Yes, but
when your ex is coming out to defend you, that's fucking
I think
hilarious,
they said that
man.
she's going to defend Johnny Depp in this thing, man. Let's listen to this asshole one more time here for you guys. Let's see.
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions.
I love
yes,
it.
sir.
No, you'll be happy. No, I didn't see Willy Wonka.
Look at the mouth.
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
No, you'll be happy. No, I didn't see Willy Wonka.
This guy is great, man. I gotta answer that. Hook nose. Anyway, yeah, that's it. What's that girl's name again that's got to testify?
Kate Moss.
Kate Moss, another piece of ass, right?
Yeah. Look at this guy on your screen right now, and just imagine him going, "I'll catch that rabbit, Mr. Valiant, and I'll try him, convict him, and execute him."
Oh, dude.
Is this man removing evidence from a scene of a crime?
Dude,
good call on that one.
Look at this. Look. Yeah. That's so fucked up, dude. It looks just like him.
If you don't stop laughing, you're gonna end up dead, just like your idiot hyena cousins.
It was so bizarre.
This case has been so bizarre, dude. I mean, fucking just bizarre.
Shave and a haircut. 2 bits.
What the
I love that movie.
Oh, shit. Drew, when are you on next?
Tomorrow night, less than serious. Casey is going to have to sing to his mother in his boxers.
Oh, my God.
Or he's in trouble.
Oh, dear
So
God.
I'll be looking forward to that. That's the only thing I've got so far. There's a lot of serious stuff going on, so I'm toying with the idea of throwing in a serious topic. But then again, everyone has more fun when it's just stupid shit like some fucking restaurant is doing some promotion or something. So I don't know. We'll find out, but we'll have fun either way.
Yeah, we'll just... Well, don't forget to check Drew out and watch the show tomorrow night. What time you going?
It would be 10 Eastern.
10 Eastern. Go check him out.
Head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Head on. Apply directly to the forehead.
Apply directly to her forehead. Look at her looking all sexiness. Yo, you know there's naked... she had a naked photo shoot.
Doesn't surprise me.
Oh, Joey, beg.
Yeah, she had a naked... Her photos are all over the internet. Her butt naked. Kind of hot.
That doesn't shock me at all. Remember me, Eddie?
Kind of hot.
Was human fecal.
There was human fecal matter all over her face.
Was human fecal.
She was
When
actually...
I killed your brother. I talked just like that.
This is not a 2-liter. Okay.
Credit to Tiffany on that.
Okay.
I'm going to, okay?
Okay.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. All right, Drew.
All right. Cheers,
The one and
man.
only Drew the Gatekeeper. Check him out tomorrow night. And thank you, Drew, episode 7.
Oh, yeah. You can do it.
And I'll talk to you soon, brother. The one and only Drew the Gatekeeper. The man, the one and the only is Drew the Gatekeeper. Check Drew the Gatekeeper tomorrow night on his program on Derailed News and Podcast. That's Derailed Podcasting. That's Drew Eper on Rail News and Casting tomorrow night.
Motherfucker. You motherfuckers, listen to me. Take my supplements and put them in your butt. A gay guy. A gay guy. A gay guy. Gay guy. Gay guy.
Stop the baloney.
Gay guy gaga. Gay go gaga gaga. Gay guy gaga. Gay go gaga.
Don't have a case of the Mondays, everybody. Don't worry. This week will go by fast. And next week in the U.S., we have a extended weekend, 3-day weekend coming up for everybody. So everybody's working for the weekend. Don't worry. It'll be here soon enough. And, you'll be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy a nice 3-day weekend for those of you that have off Monday. And, we'll be doing something on Sunday night on the Patreon. Normally this show's on the Patreon, but I figured we'd just go live tonight and hang out for everybody. It's a free fucking show. But yes, this Sunday night I'll be live on the Patreon for those of you on the Patreon. Shout out to the Patreon family, the one and only Foul Mouth's Patreon. And shout out to the chitter for being here tonight with me. Thank you guys so much. Hit that like button for me, please, if you will, so kindly. And tell your family, tell your friends about Foul Mouths Network. Yeah. But we'll see you. When am I on next? I'm on next. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll be on again soon. You know what I mean? I can't promise, but I can't promise when. But I'll be on, God willing. Shout out to everybody in
the Foul Mouths chat, the only one, the Foul Mouths chat, baby. motherfuckers. Motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah. Some people play it, some people live it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Right. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Stop the baloney.
Yo.
Here we go. You're done.
Stop the baloney.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon, asshole.
Now fuck you.
BINCOlN.
Go suck a fucking dick. I don't give a fuck. Fucking stupid fucker! Oh, you fucking stupid! 42. I will bend for you. I strike again! Here we go.
Give him a speech when it's for the fight of a foul mouth. No.
I would love to do everyone on there.
Fuck that tuna.
What is in it? Stop the baloney. You're done.
Okay? K. James Worley did it.
The acid reflux phase.
Acid. Yo, man, let me tell you, man, I don't know about no damn acid reflux, but what I do know is I had that shit the other night so bad, man. It made me make this face, this acid reflux face.
The acid reflux phase.
Acid reflux mounted up. It was a cold, dark night that I ate some nasty food. It was really late when I got home. I heard and I felt the acid reflux just come up in my neck. The acid reflux just
came up in my neck. It started burning my throat really bad. I turned around and I made this face. I looked like I had human waste in my mouth.
The acid reflux phase.
Yeah, man, I had an acid reflux face, man. The acid was so bad it burnt my esophagus.
The acid was so bad it burned my face. I had acid reflux on my face. I made this crazy face and I looked this way. They said I look crazy every day.
The acid reflux phase.
Acid reflux face, baby. I got that acid reflux face.
The acid reflux phase. The acid reflux phase.
I got the acid reflux and it's coming down. I can feel the acid reflux go coming up. It's in my fucking face and it's on my throat. I can't fucking breathe. Acid reflux.
The acid reflux face.
I got the acid reflux face in the base. Yo, man, I'll see you later. I got acid reflux. I gotta go home. I gotta drink some Pepsi up and down. The acid reflux is burning down. than a motherfucking brief. I'm a liar, and I ain't fucking telling cause I ain't no liar.
The acid reflux face.
Oh man, oh it's killing me, man. I gotta make this face. I'm about to throw the fuck up, man.
The acid reflux was all up in my throat. I couldn't even breathe, and I can't smoke. I can't kiss a girl cause my breath fucking smells. I got the acid reflux all on my mind.
Man, this acid reflux is killing the motherfucker, man.
The acid reflux face.
I gotta make a face.
I made the acid reflux face one night. I took a fucking selfie and made it right. I don't know why I get mad at people when I talk about them and they get mad when they do.
Man, you made that acid reflux face one night, man, and people were like, man, that photo of you is so funny because you're making this face like you just tasted something so bad, so fucking very bad, it made your face curl up.
The acid reflux is going down. It made my fucking face done hit the ground. I got acid flux all in my throat, and my esophagilio is broken,
Oh man, your esophageal broke, man. You broke your esophageal. Oh man, what the?
The acid reflux face.
Oh man, you broke your fucking throat, man. You done broke your throat, dude.
The acid reflux face.
Yeah. Acid reflux. Acid reflux. Get the flux capacitor. Make an acid run right past you. Get the flux capacitor. We going back like Back to the Future. I got the acid reflux. I'ma fucking shoot you. Come to me and fucking tell me no. Don't eat that shit cause you throw up, yo.
Acid reflux ain't nobody's business, man. You got that acid reflux just hitting, man. Damn, Tommy.
The acid reflux face.
Oh man, I got the acid reflux face. Baby, come on, it's human waste in my throat. Esophagilio just broke. Human waste in my throat. My esophagilio just broke. Yeah, acid reflux and I'm choked. Oh, fuck.